Okay, my beautiful friends, you, and me are together again at last. Let's do a group hug. I'm serious. I've never done this before. Come closer to the screen. Come on. Come on. Let's hug. Doesn't that feel nice? Feels good. Yeah. Seriously, we do need a group hug here, people. History was made today, and I know not a single one of you that follow this blog are surprised about this. Dow 28,000, all three major indices, new record highs, and we are not done. We're not done. Just a couple of days ago, I explained to you, as long as the bad economic news kept on coming, stocks were going to go higher. Well, today we got a trifecta, 3 absolutely abysmal pieces of economic news, and I want to talk about that. It cannot be denied anymore, seriously, and anyone that's trying to tell you different is a liar. Our economy is in free fall, and the further it falls, the higher stocks are going to go here. This guy you are looking at, who just gave you that nice hug, has been explaining to you since time immemorial that what's happening in the economy and the markets, the gap will continue to get wider until it doesn't. All right. The bad economic news is going to continue. It's going to get much worse, and the lies that are out there trying to convince you that this is not happening are going to get even larger. So let's just go over the trifecta of abysmal economic news today. So this morning in the video I explained to you that factory activity cratered. It cratered. Industrial activity cratered. So that's 1 and 2. And here's 3. GDP has just been revised to near zero. Near zero. You got that right. We were supposed to be at a 1.9 GDP. You remember President Trump in 2012 saying that a 1.9 GDP was an economy in trouble? Well, now we are near zero. And wouldn't you know it, the stock market hits all-time record highs across the board. So this goes back to what I have been explaining to you since time in freaking memorial, the gap between the economy in free fall and the stock market is going to continue to get wider and wider and wider. And then we're going to get a snap where all of this becomes real. Look, we understand what's happening here. It's very simple. Every mechanism that you can imagine and things that you can't are being done now to push cash into the stock market, to keep it fake. The entire yield curve is being rigged and manipulated. Did you hear this one? Goldman Sachs paid a $20 million fine for being caught rigging the debt market. Now we know that Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, Citigroup, the same banks that run the Fed, are in here not just rigging the debt market along with the Federal Reserve, they are buying stocks as well. Henceforth, why stocks are continuing to go up in this environment. But you will not hear any of this from our politicians. The president will not explain to you that our GDP is near zero. Our economy is at a standstill. Actually, we're falling. We're contracting. Large sectors of our economy continue to contract. I mean, my God, factory orders, industrial production, the entire manufacturing sector itself is dying. So look, you could continue to look here, but don't look here, because that's what they're doing to you. Now let me explain this a little further, because there are entire YouTube channels that are dedicated, excuse me a minute, got something in my eye here, to disproving this impeachment thing. Look, this isn't going to happen. No matter what happens, the president will not be impeached. This is a distraction. It's a false flag. It's fake to keep people, look here, keeping them polarized while our economy is in free fall. If you believe that this is real, you have been played to the highest order. It's not real. This is the agenda. It's what they always do. Created distractions, some of them on an unprecedented scale, like the bringing down of the World Trade Centers. 3 buildings come down with 2 planes. The Pentagon was never hit by an aircraft. I watched it live. I was sitting here on 9/11. I was staying at Bally's in Las Vegas at the time. I happen to live here now. When the towers got hit, and I'm watching a live newscast, and the guy was standing there with the Pentagon on fire, saying it was a bomb. There was no plane wreckage. I mean, you want to talk about distractions, lies, and propaganda? Well, they can do whatever they want to, and they'll convince you that it's all okay. Wave your flags, everyone. Become patriotic, because we're about to start a new war. Yeah, that's what they do. So again, going back to this impeachment thing, if you believe that this is an actual thing, President Trump is in on this. Believe me, the more he yells and screams about it, what they're doing to me, look what they're doing to me. Don't look at our economy in free fall. Don't look at GDP now near zero. Factory orders, output, manufacturing, falling off a cliff. We're not making anything. We're not exporting things. Our economy is dying. We have less people in the workforce today than the financial crisis. Look at the labor force participation rate. It's in your face. Seriously. And we also found out today that household debt hit another record high, and defaults and delinquencies are starting to go up. Does this sound like the charade that you are being told our economy is as good as it gets, it's booming? It's a lie on an unprecedented scale. You know, with the show of hands, and I can see you here, posted this earlier, what's a bigger lie? The economy is booming, or a trade deal is soon coming? It's only been over 2 years, but hold your breath. What's a bigger lie? I don't know. And they're going to get much bigger. Not only are the lies going to get much bigger, the mechanisms that are in place to prop this up are going to get monumentally larger. Look, this is some kind of a twisted game right now, and you are stuck dead in the middle of it. And mark my words, when this corrects to fair value, and I hope this doesn't happen to you, it's going to overcorrect, by the way. When that occurs, and that's the grand plan here, to foster a wealth transfer on a scale that has never been seen before. Every bubble that is built up by the bought and paid for government and the Federal Reserve, which is the government, they do this on purpose. They inflate bubbles, they deflate bubbles. They get every imaginable person to invest in the stock market on the long end, and then they pull the plug. Banks like Goldman Sachs short the market, and maybe they pay a fine, just like this whole thing, Goldman Sachs rigging the debt market and gets hit with a $20 million fine. It's a joke. It's not even a punishment. It's not even the cost of doing business. It's less than that. But that's what they do. No one gets arrested. No one goes to jail. Do you think a single person, anyone, is going to go to jail or get arrested when this thing melts down next time? Really? You still believe the Fed is going down and the president's plan is to take down the Fed? Man, are you really, I have to say the word stupid or dumbed down beyond the point of ridiculousness now. If you don't see that you are being played by this entire thing, including this fake false flag impeachment, then you are lost and you are sincerely following the wrong people, and you know exactly who I'm talking about. They can't stop talking about it. It's insane. But again, it's all part of the paid shills, the mechanism, the distractions, the look here, the don't look here. But start paying attention, people. Our economy is failing. It has already failed. But the narrative will be maintained that we're booming. How can the president do it? I mean, honestly, right now, their own numbers, look it up for yourself. GDP near zero. Near zero. We don't even got the 1.9% that President Trump, when he was a citizen in 2012, said that was an economy in trouble. How about now, Mr. President? We are near zero. You need a hug, Mr. President? You know what? Bring it in. Let's hug. No kisses. I don't go that way. I don't go that way. He tried to give me a smooch. You didn't see that. And look, I know I'm a little out there, and I like to goof around. But I don't know another way to put this. Start paying attention to this and capitalize on it. capitalize on this. Speaking of capitalizing on it, on my lovely freaky website, traderschoice.net, I added a free stock screener for you. It says buy and sell. It can't be easier for you. This guy has done everything, including bend over backwards for every one of you, so you can take advantage of this market, the charade, the veil that is being pulled over your eyes. You know what to do. Let them play their games. We're going to play ours. It's that simple. I don't know the way to put it either. It's seriously true. So again, a trifecta of abysmal economic news: factory activity falling off a cliff, industrial output crashing, GDP now zero or near zero. I think it's 0.3 actually. Zero. It's absurd. What we were told just 2 weeks ago it was a 1.9, and that wasn't any good. Now we have near zero. Oh yeah, that sounds beautiful to me. How do we go from a 1.9 to a 0.3? Again, the numbers aren't even real. We are already in recession. When you see this kind of stuff, these are lagging indicators. Just so you know, I think most of you know that, but maybe you don't. These are lagging indicators. So when they're telling you that we have a GDP of near zero, we are in the negative already. I think you know that. At least I hope you do. Read a little economics book. Buy a cheapie off of Amazon or something, or just Google it. It's not that hard. Anyway, look, so this is how it's going to play out. More, and I mean more, bad economic news is coming. The charade will be played that everything is fine, booming, couldn't be better. The masses, the dodos outside my window must hear this. They must comply. They have to go chatter with each other. Well, the economy is so strong. The economy is so good. That's why stocks are at all-time high. They're just drones. They're parroting what they're hearing. This is the truth. This is why people are devolving. You have to understand that. People don't even have the drive anymore to find out what's really going on. They hear it from, let's say, the president, and it's true. It's true because he said it. They don't think about looking at the government's own data, his own data, what he's saying to you, or any politician. They're all on the same page. Democrats, Republicans, they are all against you. They are against you. If you believe, again, that this two-party system in any way, shape, or form is going to help you, look around. Look around. Are you hearing any of this from the Democratic hopefuls? Any of it at all? They could be destroying the president on this economic data, but they don't mention it. They don't mention a word of it. I know you must be paying. Why? Because they're playing the same game. It's all a charade, just like this impeachment thing. It's not real. It's a false flag. But again, there is a bigger plan going on. Right? You see this guy? He loves you. It's the truth. Listen, I want to give you a piece of information, a little heads up here. I may not be able to do my Markets A Look Ahead segment over the weekend. I have an insanely busy weekend. I promise that I will try to get a Markets A Look Ahead segment out for you. I hope I can, but no guarantees this weekend. I apologize for that. I do these for you, but once in a while, things get crazy. And this weekend, I am a busy guy, but I'll try, I promise. Anyway, people, I'm going to leave you off with what I always leave you off with. Okay? Yes, I am hypnotizing you. Pay attention to the finger. People, are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Love each other, care about each other, and be charitable. Live by these 3 things. And I promise you'll have a better life. It's the truth. Anyway, that's it. I'll try to see you over the weekend. If not, you will see me Monday morning.